Hi guys. Right guys, I shall wait till everyone joins. If you guys have any questions at all, please just whack them into the chat. Hope everyone's had an amazing new year, great Christmas, and yeah, ready to smash their goals in 2024. But yeah, if you have any questions, whack them in the chat, guys, and I will just cover them as we go through. And yeah, see if I can help anyone out with anything they're struggling with or anything like that. So Hawkless, I work full time, but can squeeze in an extra hour midday for cold calls and can spend around 2 hours in the evening every night in 2024. How honestly achievable is it to make around 2K to 3K per month? Very achievable. Yeah, I mean, if you can do an hour of cold calls every single day, if you can plan the people that you're gonna call in the evening, so then you've got a list to do midday, that's perfectly fine. You are gonna need to spend time in the evening though. Like you can't run an SMMA off an hour a day. That is that's not going to be enough time. So as long as you can put some time in the evenings to service those clients, and you're just going to have to try and schedule the calls for the same time that you're cold calling, if that makes sense. Just because people aren't going to want to get on calls at 7-8 o'clock at night. That's just not what they're going to want to do. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question, mate. Trevor, I can't join and start the academy now, but I can around April, May. Would that be too late? No, absolutely not, mate. 3.0. So an update on the academy, guys. 3.0 is being launched sometime in the next 30 days. The reason why there's been a delay is you'll see in the YouTube videos that are coming up very shortly on the channel is that we've just been so busy in the agency. Like we've never taken on as much clients as we're currently taking on. Hence why the lack of YouTube videos have been going out. But the YouTube videos are starting again this week. And yeah, so it's, to answer your question, mate, so I've gone off track there. You're not too late for the academy. 3.0 is launching very soon. But if you are wanting to get in at the current price, the price is going up when 3.0 comes out because it's a better course. Louise, how much work and how realistic and how difficult is it to make consistent 2,000 to 3,000 a month in 2024 onwards? Honestly speaking, I can honestly say 2024 excites me so much for SMMA, and you'll see in the next video that comes out, it's me and Tom on one of our usual videos, podcast style episodes, where we talk about how exciting 2024 is if you're doing the right things. If you're doing the stuff that people were doing in 2023 with these stupid guarantees and like just running an agency so wrong, one service agency, stuff like this, it's going to be very difficult because that's not what people want to pay for anymore. But if you're structuring your SMM in the correct way, you're offering the correct services, you're doing the correct things, and you're not falling into the trap of doing that pop-up agency shit that people fall into, you're gonna do very, very well, providing that you've got time to put the time into cold calling, being consistent with your outreach, and actually learning a good service. It's very, very achievable. I don't want to say very, very easy because it's not, because otherwise everyone would do it. But it's very, very achievable if you're hardworking, committed, and understand marketing, which is very easy to learn. You can very easily make £2,000 to £3,000 a month within the next 2 or 3 months if you put your mind to it and you stuck to the targets. That sounds so crazy because £2,000 to £3,000 a month, is a lot of money. No matter what these idiots on Instagram say, like 30 grand a month is not a lot of money. Like 2 to 3 grand for a lot of people is a lot of money, especially if it's on top of your job. But it is very, very achievable. That's literally like 3 clients paying you £1,000 a month, which you can so easily do if you stick to what works. When is the best time to expand into different niches? I'm currently focusing on just one right now. I'd stick if one's working for you, there's no reason to go into other ones. Like the whole reason why people get niche down is because it makes service delivery and it makes scaling your agency so much easier. And what I mean by that is when you say you took on 10 clients in one industry, you're going to be able to launch and scale campaigns in industries you've already worked on 10 times quicker than if you're working with 10 businesses in 10 different industries. You've got the landing pages made. You know what ads work because you've already spent other people's money testing those ads in that industry. For example, if you work with a dental practice, if you then work with another dental practice, you don't need to really do as much testing as you did the first time round because you know what ad creatives work. Whereas then if you designed an e-commerce brand selling gym clothing, you're going to have to retest everything. And that's a whole new strategy. The reason why people stay, within one niche is because you have one strategy to learn. You don't need to learn 10 different strategies. Also, when you then hire a team, so I don't know what level you're at, mate, but once you start to hire a team to help deliver that service and you scale your agency, it's going to be a lot easier to give your team members SOPs and manuals around how to deliver a service to a particular industry when you're only going after one industry. It also, what you want to do for your agency, rather than being a jack of all trades, when it comes to niches, you want to be seen as the expert in that niche. And that's not to say you need to, name your agency after a particular industry, like dental marketing or whatever it is. You just need to be able to go to a client in a particular industry and say, right, which of my 50 testimonials or 50 case studies do you want to look at that will give you the most confidence in me as a marketer? So 100% try and stick to one niche as long as you physically possibly can. And Tom and I, yes, we're in different niches, but that's just because the way our agency began, when our agencies merged together. Since Tom and I merged together, we've only signed clients in the niches that we're already in, which is only 2 really. So there's no reason why you should go for different industries. Saying that, so the 2 niches that Tom and I are in are the cosmetic industry. So we've got day spas, dental practices, hair transplant clinics, clinics and practices in the cosmetic industry. That's because we started our agency 4 years ago and we got not a hold, but we became semi-established in that kind of industry quite early on. And then also the other industry we work with is online coaches, course sellers. I'd say online celebrities to a point, but that kind of falls under the personal brand kind of course sellers, which is a lot high ticket. So that's they're the type of clients that we charge $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month to. And then our clinic based, we have more of a set pricing structure for those types of clients. We also have some e-commerce clients, but that's kind of Tom and I do that rather than giving it to our team. So the way our agency is laid out, guys, is obviously Tom and I started it. I started mine coming up to 5 years ago now. Tom 3.5, joined our agencies together. And we obviously brought different agencies together, which were different industries. And now the kind of clinic side of things, we have a team that delivers that service. Whereas the higher ticket stuff, like the online coaches, the course sellers, the personal brands that we work with, and the e-commerce brands, those projects Tom and I do personally. So we don't give that to our team. Hence why it's a higher price tag, because they get more direct access to Tom and I. And also that we're doing the service, hence why the bigger price tag. And also the bigger clients, we've taken on some 9-figure brands which turn over 9 figures a year. Tom and I will manage those personally. We won't give that to our Facebook ad specialist or our Google specialist. We'll do that ourselves, just because we're still, we still stay up to date with everything we do. That's a bit off that question, but just gives you some background on kind of how we structure it. I think it's quite interesting. Hogglers, if we plan to make around 2,000, 3,000 a month while balancing a full-time job and being a father, however, being able to spend 2 to 3 hours a day, do you still recommend SMMA? Yes. If I'm being really honest, I would. I don't see what other option you have that gives you the same type of opportunity SMMA gives you. It doesn't matter. This sounds silly, but it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You can always find time to do this stuff. You really can. And when you kind of do an audit on your life, you can find stuff. And I do this to Academy members in exercises all the time. They say, oh, Harry, I've not got time to do this or this. I say, right, well, take me through your day. When do you get up? Oh, I get up at 7 p.m. Get up at 5 p.m. and cold call people on a different time zone. Or if you're in a different country and you can't cold call people in the UK, then cold call people in the US, West Coast of the US, East Coast of the US. You'll be able to find ways that suit your circumstances that allow you to scale an SMMA. You just need to position your SMMA in a way that suits your time zones, your schedules. Because, for example, if you're working 9 to 5 in the UK, you're not going to be able to take on UK clients. However, you can take on clients in the West Coast, because when you finish work, they're just getting up. Because 8 a.m. their time, 4:30 our time. So you just need to think about things like that just suit your lifestyle essentially, and run an agency from there. That's the benefit of SMMA, is you can run it from anywhere and have clients anywhere. yeah, I don't really see what other option there is. Like Forex trading, you're just going to be gambling your money. Drop shipping, you're going to spend loads of money on ads. Like there's nothing compares to SMMA when it comes to upfront cost and the potential of how much money you can earn. Is $15 a day still the recommended minimum for ad spend, or is that changing for you in 2024? Funny you say that. We've actually done a YouTube video on an updated 2024 ad spend recommendations, and $15 a day is too little. 100% is too little. For majority of industries, that's not going to get you very far. Yeah, it's always been too little for Google. For Google, I'd say in dollars, you probably need 1,500 to 2K on Google. Facebook's a lot lower. That being said, like there's videos on this channel where it says what type of Facebook ad campaigns and Meta ad campaigns you can get up for a smaller budget. Like even a $10 a day budget, there are some ad campaigns that you can get up which are going to really benefit that business. For example, brand awareness campaigns in the correct way. You can do I can't remember what the other ones were. Follow campaigns. You can do engagement campaigns. There's loads of different micro campaigns you can do for a lower budget. You just then can't charge $2,000 a month for your service fee because those types of campaigns aren't going to drive revenue the same way a conversion campaign would. So when I say a minimum ad spend, I'm saying that's a minimum ad spend for a conversion campaign, not just a general campaign that you can get up for a business. Because $10 a day is better than $0 a day. But you just need to manage your expectations. Like $10 a day isn't going to get you, 50 Invisalign patients for a dental practice or 50 sales of a high ticket product. It's just not going to happen, at least short term. So really for Facebook, I would say you probably need, we say £20 a day in the UK. So that's £600 a month. It's probably close to $1,000 a month. Yeah, I'd say $1,000 a month for Facebook and $1,500 a month to $2,000 a month on Google if you want to be doing conversion campaigns, I would say. But that's not to say you can't, and if you want to be charging higher retainers, because otherwise you just can't justify that high retainer because you're not going to be making them any money back. Trevor, I know you've mentioned a few times that you have people in the academy that are students and make $7,000 a month from their dorm room. Are they an exception? Can I do the same while studying medicine? 100%, mate. Like there's countless people making that amount of money, but there's also, not countless, but there's also lots of people that get in the academy that don't make any money. And I'm so happy to get on a live like this and say that. And there's a stand up reason for that. And the reason is they don't put the work in. So my kind of throwback question to you, mate, would be, if you're wanting to get into the academy while you're doing medicine to earn $10,000 a month and you think, right, Harry's going to give me all the answers, I'm going to log on my computer, finish the academy and then suddenly be making that amount of money without having to put any work in. That's not going to happen. And I don't want you to join the academy because that's not how it works. The people that don't get the most out of the academy, and that's not even just to the academy, this is to SMMA as a whole, are people that think it's a get rich quick scheme. But if you're getting into the academy and you know that you're going to have to be picking up the phone every single day until you get your agency off the ground, and you're going to have to be in the trenches working every single day and every second that you can, then you're going to go way past $7,000 a month. It wouldn't surprise me by the end of 2024, the way things are going, you could be at 15, 20 grand a month if you really wanted to. So it's just whether you can, whether your mindset's in the correct place. Because like I said, there's people earning 25, 30 grand a month in the academy currently, but they worked hard. So Mickey, could you explain how the payment works when you sign clients? I know you would charge, say, $1,000 a month up front, but you've said that you use the client's card for the ad spends. How does that work? Good question. So the payment to you as an agency comes in two parts. It's the service fee that they pay you. And this is if your agency's pricing is on a retainer basis. So they pay you every single month. So they will charge you would charge them at the beginning of every month. So say your service fee is $1,000 and they're committing $1,000 to ad spend. They will pay you $1,000 at the beginning of the month into your bank account. That's for you to manage the service. That's your fee to be involved in the project. They also allocate a second $1,000 that they keep aside in their bank account, which is connected to the ad account, and that payment they pay directly to Facebook, and you manage that on their behalf. So there's two different fees. Hopefully that answers your question. I need help to fix my Facebook page in-stream ads issue. My page is monetized. My page is monetized, but in-stream ads aren't embedded in my video. don't understand what you're saying there. Message me on Instagram with some screenshots and I'll be able to see. Louise, hi Harry, I'll be very honest. I'm a 22-year-old girl, never done business, don't have a clue about running an SMMA and business. How difficult would it be to make around $2,000 to $3,000 a month? Like I said, if you put the work in, if you can cold call 30 to 50 businesses every day, like that's my main question to you. Can you put the time in to learn the service, which is very easy to do in a course or in a mentorship program or on YouTube if you want to spend longer? Can you get that service delivery in your head? I have a clear strategy how to get a business XYZ results. That's step one. Step two is, can you commit to making 30 to 50 cold calls every single day for the next 3 months? That's about an hour and a half to 2 hours of your time. If the answer is yes, then you're geared up and you're going to way bypass $2,000 to $3,000 a month if you've got someone telling you how to cold call correctly. So it's all about knowledge. It's all about whether you have access and you have the ability to gain this knowledge and implement it. I have a leads campaign that has 3,415 impressions, 96 link clicks, and only 4 leads. What can I do to get more leads? London, that's your name on this chat. What's that cost per lead looking like? Yeah, let me know what the cost per lead is. Hi Harry, please help me. I want to use your outreach methods, but at the end of the day, I don't receive any responses. By the way, I'm from India. So yeah, I mean, you're just not using the outreach methods to the correct way. Like, so many people cold call, so many people send Instagram DMs, but some people have success, some people don't. So it's just how you're using those to the best of their ability. You're probably not using them in the correct way. I recommend cold calling. If you are from India, you have to approach cold calling in a very different way, because lots of people see, you cold call a business, they hear an Indian accent, they immediately think you're a scammer, they think you're a call center trying to sell them something, and that's just the reality of it. So what you need to do, and that's not to say you can't be successful. We've got people from India and Bangladesh in the academy, and they're very successful with cold calling. You just need to approach it in a different way. You need to combat that elephant in the room as soon as you get on the phone. So yeah, you'll be doing the correct outreach methods, but you just won't be saying and doing the correct things while doing them. So how do you know how much ad spend the customer will need to set aside per month? So you need to tell them. This is where you need to take control of the campaign. You need to be the expert. You can't be asking them, what ad spend can you put into it? Because if they say $150 a month, you need to turn around and say, well, that's not good enough. We can't work together. There has to be a minimum ad spend that you need for your strategy. This is where, guys, you have to become an expert in what you do. And you need to be leading the way. You need to be telling the client what you need from them in order to get XYZ results. So, and that's depending on so many different factors and metrics that's dependent on your niche. For example, I know for that niche over there, I'm going to get a £10 cost per lead, so if I have $1,000 a month or £1,000 a month budget, I'm going to get 100 leads through. Typically, that industry converts at 20%. So I'm going to get 20 conversions. Each conversion is $1,000. So I'm going to make them $20,000 that month. So that's where you need to kind of reverse engineer what your cost per lead is, what the typical conversion rate is, and therefore telling them what ad spend you need in order to funnel through to make them XYZ amount of money. Hopefully that makes sense. Can you recommend what you use to show copy and creatives to customers? I've used Trello in the past, wondering if that's still your go-to. Yeah, we've used Trello. Also just screenshots, like we'll show screenshots, we'll get them on a call. We'll build out the ad accounts and we'll get them on a Zoom call and we'll just run them through the ad sets and we'll be like, right, this is what we're doing here. This is what we're doing here. Usually they've given us the creatives anyway, so they know what creative it is. Send them a Loom video is also super nice. We don't really use Trello now just because it's a bit clunky. We'll just do a Loom video, get them on a Zoom call and just run them through the ad account and just be like, right, this is the creative, this is the copy, this is creative, this is the copy, and get their feedback on it. How many cold DMs should I send on a daily basis? As many as physically possible. That's the same as how many cold calls can you do. Like, the person who does 100 cold calls is going to get twice as many clients as the person who does 50 cold calls. It's not like you do 10 DMs a day and you're going to get to 10 grand a month in XYZ time. It's not as scientific as that. The more you can do, the better. That being said, if you are doing cold DMs, you need to make sure your Instagram page is up to date. You need to make sure you've got your face on there. No business that's worth who's going to actually pay you a considerable amount of money is going to respond to someone who's not got their face on camera and they don't know who they're talking to. You need to have good content, original content, and you need to be practicing what you preach. If you're telling them you can scale their Instagram to get them 10,000 followers in a week, these crazy guarantees, and you've got 9 followers that get 2 likes on a post, no one's ever going to believe anything that you say. So your Instagram is a real representation of who you are and what you offer and the type of service that you can deliver. So you need to make sure it's up to standard. That's why I recommend cold calling so much, because it's by far the fastest and most efficient way to sign a client in 2024. London, so your cost per lead, mate, is 20, we'll just call it $20 US. And my daily budget is 20. It's for a massage clinic. I'm using campaign budget optimization with 1 ad set, 3 ads, 2 video, 1 image. Our target audience is 40 to 65-year-old women with a 5 kilometer from the clinic. Firstly, I would increase the radius of the clinic. The clinics that we work with, depending on, it depends on the location. For a lot of the time, you can get away with like 30 to 40. If the client specifically asks for that, I'd ask why and almost push back, because 5 kilometers is a very, very small radius. I'd test way more ads. If those are the only ads that you've tested, you've done very well to get a $20 cost per lead on the first go. I'd test way more creatives, test more ad sets. I'd maybe even get a warm audience up. So if you can get hold of their email lists, get some lookalike audiences up, get some maybe even a lookalike audience of their Instagram engagement, their website engagement, to see if you can get some warmer audiences running alongside that cold traffic, because that will bring in some more leads. Yeah, 20 USD is quite expensive for a massage clinic. You want to get it sub 10. You can easily get it sub 10 USD. What would I do? Because I'm afraid that if I keep going, my client will leave. Yeah, I've kind of explained what I do there, mate. I don't know whether you're using a lead form or you're using a landing page. I'd recommend doing a landing page. It will make your cost per lead increase, but the quality of those and the people that convert will dramatically increase. Miggy, thank you, Harry. Very helpful. See you in the academy soon. Be great to see you there, mate. If my aim is to make 2 to 3 grand a month, why would I not achieve that? What some common reasons you think I would not be able to achieve it? Surely it should be very possible and easy to make. Absolutely not easy to make, mate. If it was easy to make, then every single person would have a social media marketing agency. And it's a very easy question to answer. Why would you not achieve it? Because you think it's going to be easy. If you're going into this thinking it's going to be easy and you don't get a client in the first 2 months of doing it, then you're going to give up. It took me 6 months to get my first client. That's because I didn't know what I was doing. But if I was in a mentorship program or I had someone teaching me the exact ways to do it, I would have got there a lot sooner. So the reasons why you wouldn't get to where you need to be and make 2 to 3 grand a month is because you give up really soon. You don't stick at it. You're not consistent. If you wake up one day, do 10 cold calls, the next day you do 2, the next day you do 30, the next you're like, oh, I can't be asked and have a day off. You're never going to get anywhere. So you have to be consistent every single day and make sure you smash those goals. When I look at people in the academy, the people that smash it, they're making multiple $10,000 a month with their agency, and they're now getting team members involved, and they're asking me, Harry, how do I go through the interview process? Those are the people that when they launched their agency, they stuck to those targets every single day without fail. And the people that didn't, and the people that woke up one day and went, oh, I can't be asked today, or they got told to fuck off on a cold call, and now they said, oh, cold calling's terrible, I'm not going to do it anymore. Those are the people that don't get anywhere. So you need to be resilient. You need to work at it every single day and be aware that it's not easy. Like, you're going to get a client. Your first client, you'll probably lose after 2-3 months. I lost my client after 3 months, but then I got another one and did a better job. So it's like, if you're easily demoralized and you're easily, demotivated by a no or a no-show or a client leaves you or whatever, then this isn't for you, because it's like, it's a fucking roller coaster. But if you can see it through, it's a very nice roller coaster. Yeah, Instagram handles Harry_SMMA. If you have any questions, guys, just drop me a message on Instagram and we can shoot the shit on there. Will you need a larger ad budget when using a funnel? I'm currently using lead forms. What's your daily budget currently? You won't. Well, it depends what your daily budget is, because like I said, leads that come through on a lead form will be a hell of a lot cheaper than leads that come through a sales funnel, but those leads won't be as good. So if you're running a $10 a day budget and getting like 2 leads through a day, you're probably going to go to a lead every other day if you switch to a sales funnel. That being said, the client's going to be way more happy with a lead that converts every 2 days than a lead that converts every 5 days, but he gets 20 through. £25 a day, mate, is a good budget for you to do to a funnel. It really is. I'd be interested to know some figures and stuff like that with the campaign you're currently getting, like cost per lead, what's your click-through rate, what's your cost per click. That would be interesting to know. And then I can kind of recommend going over. I'd always recommend going through a landing page, mate. The quality of the lead that come through is going to be so much better. You have way more scope in tracking. You have way more scope in where you push these people. But that being said, I've just seen your follow-up question there. You've never done a funnel before, which is why something like the Academy, I don't know, actually, mate, are you in the Academy? Because if you are in the Academy, because I've seen your name before, we give you loads of templates for the Academy. So, and we explain it in there. So it's done on Go High Level. So you get hold of our snapshot. It will give you the landing page. You go in and edit specific to your niche. And then all the automations that go out they're all copied and pasted. So you don't really need to do much. That being said, if you're not in the Academy, designing a landing page is quite tough. But you can kind of reverse engineer. Yeah, I've just seen you're not. Yeah, like if you say you're in a dental practice, find a really nice dental practice website and then base your landing page based off of that. Obviously, you need to know some different structures and what works and whatnot. But yeah, you can just base the design of it and the copy off existing websites that work really well. So I'll create more creatives and make a landing page. My only budget is $20 US. So how would you build the campaign? The same way you've done it currently, mate, but you've just not tested enough. Like, you can't just get one ad set up with 3 creatives, 2 video and an image, and then expect you to suddenly be getting £4 cost per lead with loads of people converting. You have to keep testing, which is where this is where you need to communicate with your clients so well. And this is what you should have done before you signed them and said, right, the first 4 weeks, don't expect anything back. And this is where we're the opposite. And I'm telling you to do the opposite of what most people are telling you to do on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and these stupid ads, where they're saying, right, sign a client, guarantee you can get them 30 paying customers in the first 30 days. Well, that's ridiculous, because the first 30 days, like this gentleman here's telling us, you needed that for testing. So you can't go into a relationship with a client telling them you're going to get 30 high paying clients in the first 30 days, when in fact that first 30 days is there for you to be testing. You need to be testing all of those creatives so that when you scale that campaign, you can scale something that's worth scaling. Because at the minute, you want, this guy here is gonna scale at £20 a lead. If that was communicated to the client properly, we could have got that cost per lead down to £4 and then scale it. But because of that guarantee that I'm not saying this is in your case, mate, at all. I'm just speaking theoretically here. Because you're up against it, and this isn't you, theoretically again, people are being forced to scale campaigns they wouldn't have already scaled because they're against this guarantee, because they're so stressed to keep them. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. I've jumbled my words up horrendously there, but hopefully that makes sense. Like if I make 6 creatives and 2 ad sets with every ad with a small part of the budget. No, so you want to continue doing campaign budget optimization, or split the creative across the 2 ad sets. I do a warm audience and a cold audience. So warm audience being a lookalike not a lookalike audience, sorry, a custom audience based on retargeting, or a lookalike audience on website visits or Instagram views or add to carts or whatever if it's an e-com brand. And then also a cold traffic one, like probably open targeting if you're doing a local radius, and then open that radius up. Elite Beast, Harry, I am terrible at cold calling. Any solution? Practice, 100% practice. Like, I was horrendous when I first started, and like my very first cold call, I've told this story before on YouTube, I ended up calling him Harry, and his name wasn't Harry. I was Harry. It was just a disaster. Got told to fuck off loads. But eventually on my 6th cold call, I booked a meeting with a dental practice in Manchester, drove to see him the next week with like the final bit of money I had to put petrol in my shitty VW car, and ended up signing for $1,500 a month, which was like the best day ever. But it just shows, like, just don't give up. It's going to take you like 200 to 300 cold calls to really get in the swing of things. It really is. I'm posting some cold calling videos very shortly with Carl, our lead salesperson at our agency. to dissect how to get around gatekeepers, how to cold call properly. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, because they're going to be uploaded very, very shortly. Do I have any clients from India or any other country? No, I don't have any other clients. I don't have clients in India. I've got majority of our clients are in US. So we've got probably 65 to 70% of people in the US. So New York, Boston, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, a few in LA, and then the other kind of proportion in the UK are all in London, few in Ireland now. That's kind of where they're distributed, but either US, UK, or Ireland. Right, bro, do you have another channel or just this one? Sorry, but I'm new. No, it's Ram. This is the only channel we have. London. So if I want to target everyone who clicked on my lead form, should I use a lookalike audience or a custom? So firstly, you need to make a custom audience to build a pot of people that fit in a specific task. So you can build a custom audience on anyone who's viewed your Instagram page. You can do a custom audience based on anyone who's visited your website or a client's website in the past 180 days, 365 days. That will build a custom audience. That's what you'll retarget to, because a custom audience is the exact people that have done that task. So if you do 180 days website visits, that's going to build the exact pot of people. Whereas a lookalike audience, you have to feed that custom audience into, and you'll say, Facebook, right, here's a custom audience, here's a pot of people. Now go find 500,000, 1 million, 2 million people that look 1% like these people. So those are going to be cold people. So the extra people Facebook go and find, they're not the actual people that have viewed your website, your Instagram page. Those are people that look most like the people that did. So a custom audience is going to be small. A lookalike audience is going to be big, because a lookalike audience is a cold audience because they've not seen your brand before, but they're people that Facebook believe to be most like your warm audience, if that makes sense. I want to onboard a client, but not sure how to set up a Facebook business manager. Is it true that I have to have a personal account to run ads for a business account? Yes, you do. Everyone needs to have a personal Facebook profile. You can't just log into a business manager unless you have a personal Facebook profile. You have to go through your personal page. And then every personal profile, every individual account can have 2 business managers created. So me as a person, I have my agency business manager. Every new client I work with, their personal page goes in and makes a business manager for their brand. So me here, client there, my business manager, their business manager, and then they give me as a person access to their business manager. If you go to my second most watched video on this channel, it breaks that all down in a diagram. So check that video out, mate. But hopefully that puts it in context. How did I get the idea to start SMMA? Same way you guys did, like 4 coming up to 5 years ago now. I need to work out when the actual date was. I just saw people talking about social media marketing agencies and gave it a go. I got led into it because I'd ran drop shipping businesses before. So the first kind of wave of drop shipping 5 years ago, when it was really easy to do, like eBay to Amazon drop shipping, selling AliExpress bracelets on Facebook, where you could get like a stock image up on Facebook and make a load of money. Like that was the wave that I started. That's how I learned Facebook ads. And then drop shipping got a bit more expensive, got loads of returns on a particular product, which put me off doing drop shipping. And yeah, decided to, right, I've got this skill of how to run marketing campaigns and how to brand a product. Let me do it for existing companies that have an actual product rather than the shitty products I was selling. So that's kind of how I got into it. I watched your recent video and loved it. Just curious to ask, when will you upload more? You've been inactive for 2 months. I have, mate. So we're back posting. Hopefully this week we've got 7 videos filmed. They just need to be edited and posted. The first video back will explain where we've been, but to give you a very brief rundown, guys, from December 1st, and actually probably the middle of November, my agency just went berserk. And if I'm being really honest with you guys, YouTube and even the academy gets all of our time, but growing the academy and growing the YouTube is just a hobby of ours, and it was just to help people that message me on Instagram. The main income and my main business is my agency. Like, I've got family members and friends and real employees now that rely on Tom and I to run that business. So that has to get my time. And, you know, Q4 of the year for any marketing agency, if you run one, you'll know, is like the busiest time ever. Christmas, Black Friday, especially the industries I work in, like the gift card season and stuff like that, it just goes crazy. So like, we had to just prioritize running the agency rather than YouTube. But we've kind of got through that stressful period now of Q4, filmed a load of videos. It's just getting back into it. It won't be every day. It'll probably be 2 videos a week plus the live, so 3 videos. But we are back, guys. So please subscribe, because they're good videos, and more videos with me and Tom on, which I know lots of people like, because it's like we're discussing real things that happen in the agency space. Just sent you a message on Instagram. We'll expect a reply. Yeah, I'll go through them tonight at some point, mate. It shows me only website and offline activity. Where's the option to target lead form clicks? That will be in the custom audiences, mate, when you make a custom audience. I'm struggling to sign a client in India. Have you any idea about how to go about it, bro? Yeah, the same way you do it in the UK. You just need to be open to I don't want to say disadvantage, but the elephant in the room when you're doing outreach from particular like outreach channels. For example, cold calling. You are at a disadvantage cold calling from India because of the perception that businesses in the UK have when they pick up the phone and hear that accent. That's just me being straight to the point. But it's the same way. Everyone has their disadvantages no matter where they are. So you just need to stick at it and just learn the correct way to do things, because I guarantee you are doing some fundamental things wrong in your outreach. How's it going? Yeah, all good, mate. Happy to be back on the channel and actually posting a video telling you guys we're actually alive. Last question. What I'm struggling with: when I onboard a client, what are some of the best ways to generate leads for free? AKA, if they don't want to run ads, how can I generate leads? How can you generate leads for free? Really, there's only one way, which is social media management, but you're not going to get many leads through. That's just the dribs and the drabs. It's very difficult. Very difficult. Or you can do like a database reactivation campaign where you get hold of their existing email list. If they've not emailed their list in 3 months, you can send out a really nice email to that list and get people back through the door. That's an easy way to pick up some free bookings. Yeah, I do that. Or a giveaway. Like, you can do a giveaway where you get up a creative that says, right, we're going to give away XYZ. It's worth $500. Submit your email and be in a chance to win. We're going to announce the winner via email in 3 months' time. That way you're generating loads of emails that you can then add to an email list and then get conversions that way. If I'm starting a copywriting agency, do you think I need to target a specific niche in signing the first few clients? If so, how would you suggest figuring out a good niche to target? 100%. And the reason being is, once you get one client in one niche, it's going to be easier to sign a second client in that same niche than it would be a new niche. Because say, for example, you work with a dental practice, you then want to work with another dental practice, you can say to that second dental practice, look at what I've done for this first dental practice. Here's his phone number, give him a call, and he can verify the amazing results and the amazing job I did. So you're just leveraging results in that same industry. When it comes to what niche to pick, you want to choose a niche which is high ticket. So someone who sells a product or service for at least £500+ because that way it's going to be easier for your fee to be paid. For example, if you're £1,000 a month plus ad spend, if you're selling $10 products, you have to sell way more products in order to make that campaign profitable, in comparison to selling a £4,000 dental treatment. It's going to be way easier for you to make the money back, because you just need one product, one sale each month, and you're covered. My offer is to deliver 30 leads monthly. Is it all right if I write 5 new deals in the outreach copy? How can no, I don't like. If you're a long member of this channel, mate, you'll know that I'm massively against those deals, those offers. You can't guarantee 30 leads in a month, especially not the first month, especially if you're a beginner and you've never done it before. You certainly can't guarantee 5 new deals. So I really wouldn't do that. You're just going to massively underdeliver and your brand's going to really fail. That's the I'd say the disadvantage of listening to me on this channel, guys, is I'm going to be so honest to you and so straight to the point. We don't do any of that shit with our agency. Like we get on clients, we've turned away clients and we've lost out on 5-6 grand a month retainer just because we wouldn't give a guarantee, even though we could have given that guarantee. For example, I know, yeah, you've just put another message there. How about 20 leads monthly? I'd still say no. We don't give any guarantees. We don't give them any. We don't even say we can guarantee you 1 lead, even though we could guarantee 50 leads, because in the off chance that their content's not good enough, or when it comes to the deals thing, we can't guarantee 5 deals because we could bring them 2 million leads if their sales team doesn't contact them in the correct way, or they don't listen to the advice we're giving, and that's the reason they don't close. What, we're not going to get paid because your sales team hasn't performed and hasn't picked up the phone? It doesn't work like that. So yeah, I'd stay away from that. And like, if you're in the academy, you'll understand how we tell you to position your offer and how you can get around that. But yeah, I'd really stay away from doing that. How can I improve my packages to charge more, offer way more value, make them more money? So the better you are, the more money you can charge, because the more money you make them. If you're only making them $1,000, you can't charge $4,000 because they don't see the value. So it's all about how much money you can make them. So invest in your service, make your service better, become more of an expert and an authoritative figure, and then you'll be able to charge more money. Brother, I'm struggling starting. From where should I buy a media buyer and how to evaluate him? Don't hire a media buyer. Like, do the media buying yourself. Like, you're starting an agency, you've not got a client yet, and you're worrying about where to find a media buyer to manage the ads for you before you've even got a client. And that's because you don't want to do the work. You've been told by people on Instagram and YouTube that the way you start an SMMA in 2024 is you start an agency, you hire a media buyer from over there, a salesperson over there, and then you just sit back and do fuck all and and do nothing, and everyone else runs it for you. It doesn't work like that. It's practically impossible to run an agency like that in 2024. Clients see through it. When you get on a sales call with a client, the number one reason why people work with Tom and I is because they've got access to us, and we're not that type of agency. They can see straight through it. There's not a single business on this planet, you probably find a few, but really you're not going to find any that's going to be like, right, here's $2 grand, knowing full well you're going to give it to a media buyer that you've never met and have never run an ad campaign with previously. It's just not going to work like that. There's no reason why you can't learn to run Facebook ads. It's very easy to learn, and you manage that ad spend for the first few clients and then build a team in-house around you. That's the only advice I'm going to give. I'm never going to give this get rich quick bollocks on this channel. It's just never going to happen. Appreciate the advice. Will you be posting this live so I can reference? Yep, it'll all be in the live section of the YouTube channel. When pitching copy services, should I be offering to cover copy within their emails, website, landing pages, etc.? Yeah, you need to be covering it all. I'm doing IG outreach. My first message is, here, I have a quick question, and they respond with, I don't know what is the second message. I'd stop sending that message to start with, mate. I get it all the time. These brands aren't stupid. You're not the only person who does that type of message. I have a quick question. Is this the best place to ask the question? Are you doing anything with email right now? It's the same shit that everyone's doing. You need to make yourself stand out. My best piece of advice is, if you're doing Instagram outreach, you need to make sure that your Instagram page is top quality. You need a professional headshot, not a selfie in a mirror, not a picture you out drinking with your mates or whatever. It needs to be a professional headshot. You need to have good content, and you need to get your face on video, on camera, on your channel, showcasing the value that you can bring to the table. That will be what's stopping you. How will you target clients on Instagram? Search for a keyword on your Instagram search bar, and then you can look at related accounts to particular accounts that you really like. Yeah. Right, guys, I've spoken so quickly there for like 45 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna end here because I've got the Academy live call in 10 minutes. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, drop me a message on Instagram and we can go back and forth on Instagram. If you've been thinking about the Academy, because I know there's been loads of questions on the Academy there. The Academy is increasing in price in the next kind of 30 days when 3.0 launches. It's got a whole new cold calling section. We've redone practically all of the sales modules of the academy. The mentorship's increasing in value. We're going to be doing more weekly calls. So yeah, if you're interested in the academy, message me on Instagram. The link's in the bio to check it out. But yeah, it's probably the best roadmap to get your agency off the ground in 2024, because you have us holding your hand every single week, where you can check in for an hour every single Monday at 6 p.m. and have us go back and forth throughout the week on Discord and on Instagram to get you to where you need to be. So if you want to make $3,000 extra each month in the next 3 months, we can get you there if you listen to what we teach in the academy and you stay accountable to what we teach. But yeah, click the link in the bio, check it out, message me on Instagram if you have any questions, guys, and I shall see you on Monday next week. So yeah, hope everyone has a good week, guys, and see you soon.